Hello there and welcome to this tutorial. It's going to be a short tutorial because I'm going to do another one in a moment about a walkthrough for my new track, Stir My Soul. But I want to show you guys how I do the layering, and I'm going to look at pads and leads. I'm going to show you this little breakdown, okay, of my new track, Sapphire Skies. Now it's not mastered, obviously, it's just in the door. We'll put the limiter on now. And yeah, let's have a little listen. Now that's a good fucking tune, if I don't say so myself. Right, let's look at the leads. So, first of all, I'll show you each individual layer and I'll show you what I've got on there. Okay. Now the crescendo is a little bit unusual because I have this bass. So you'll notice it's a bit unusual, this one, because I've got one of the layers is an arpeggiator and the rest aren't, which is a little bit unusual, to be honest with you, for me. I don't know why I've done it like that. I think I started out as them all being arpeggiators, but then in the end I decided I only needed one, and I think it was getting a bit messy. So this one is Spire. You'll notice that on all of my leads, it's going to take about 10 minutes. Okay, we're back. So on all of my leads I only have a basic EQ. Look at it, look at the leads, look at this. Plug-in EQ compressor. Now this one's got a bit more because it's an older channel strip, so it's got a few more things on it, but you wouldn't really see me doing that anymore, but it sounded good so I didn't change it. And then back to this one again. So the first three are dead simple. We have the plug-in, the EQ, and the compressor. Now the EQ is roughly always between about 120 and 140 on the high end. Now, I am not really practicing what I preach here because I've made a mistake there. Unless I took that hind away on purpose, which I don't think I would have done. I always say you need to be meticulous, but look, we're all human, mistakes happen, but roughly this is what you want, all right, about 125-ish. And about 18k at the top. That's the basic EQ. That'll give you your low end room for everything to fit through, and your high end, it'll just shave off that nasty high end frequency, okay? Right, I mean the compressor, we want to compress to about -3 decibels. Don't be lazy and compress the bus channel, because if you do that, you're predetermining what each sound needs compression wise. So if you look at Giuseppe and other people and how they do it, and in my opinion Giuseppe's the best producer there is, he does each individual sound. So that way you get the right amount of compression. Doesn't take long. All we're looking for is about -3 decibels of attenuation. The average person and even the average producer won't hear a difference, but it just kind of, the best way I describe it to my clients is it's like giving a little kid a balloon. I just envision this red balloon at a fair, and before you give it to kids, or you give it to kid, and you just blow it up a little bit. It's simple. That's what compression does. It just like makes things a little bit bigger, but over 80, 90 elements, it can make a massive difference. So anyway, this is the sound. Dead simple. Now, our next sound, we're going back to the little notes. So we've taken away the arpeggio, the bottom notes, and then again we've got the compressor. Again, looks like not being very thorough here, have I? You can't hear a difference, but by the by, I've just reset the EQ, and again, this is it. What I'm noticing is that every sound, it sounds like fucking shit on its own. It really does. But they are all the layers, so we put a bass in, I'll build them all up and I'll show you the bus channel. So it's just a case of starting with one really nice sound, and I like to start with a plucky kind of sound and then just build on top of it. But I'll be honest with you, it's the bus channel that's really doing the work here. Now, the beautiful thing about this lead and how I know I've done it right is that I can hear every time I mute one. Now, if you can't, that's because your ears are not developed enough yet, but I can assure you that each one of these is doing something. And that's the whole idea with layering. You want to layer your sounds, different timbres and dynamics and frequencies and all these fancy words, so you get one ultimate fat sound. You don't need any more than 4 sounds whatsoever. If you're using more than 4, you've got too much going on. So we'll go to the bus channel. Now, I don't like to do EQing, and I normally advise against it, because this is our EQ. This PSP Vintage Warmer, and we've got this Mag EQ4 on a send and return. Okay, so I'll just load that up. Free. And this is on a send and return. Now, I like to use these two in conjunction. Now, for many years, I only use this one. And to be honest with you, my tracks haven't got any better. I just like to keep things fresh, so I discovered this. So what I do is I put this on a bus channel, and I have Maggie Q4 as a send and return. So I send a little bit of the EQ, okay, and then I have this. And this is a compressor. Well, it's like a what is it? It's like a compressor and an EQ at the same time. It makes everything sound amazing. You'll hear in a moment. So we go to the leads. Now let's turn off everything that's doing something. So the PSP, the EQ, because we've got a little boost, and the reverb, and also the EQ. So yeah, the EQ. So we've got the normal EQ, the PSP, the reverb, and the Mag EQ. So let's listen to it now. It's going to sound like crap. Quite incredible, really. But the Maggie Q4 is a life-changing plugin. It genuinely did change my life, because before that I could never get anything to sound right. So let's listen. Well, I'll A and B like the reverb and the EQ and the PSP, so you can see what we're doing. How I advise my clients to do it nowadays is forget the PSP, because it makes things too confusing with the send and return. Just have your Maggie Q4, Arts Acoustic Reverb, and then your limiter. That's it. I do have a bit of side chaining to go with the kick, just a very light side chain, which kind of plays with the kick, just so that it's just side chains to the kick a little bit, but nothing too crazy. The gain isn't doing anything. The EQ, again, I just want to fine tune these leads, so I did a little bit of additive EQ, which I don't normally do. But essentially, like I said, 99% of people wouldn't know if I just took it off and did that. But to me, I've just done it because I think it sounds a bit better. And yeah, that's it really. So I don't do any additive EQ. I keep all my main leads dead simple, just an EQ and a compressor. You shouldn't be having a million things going on here when you go to your bus channel, and that's where you want to do the processing. Keep the individual channels dead simple, and then do the processing. So if I was advising you, I'd say just stick Maggie Q4 using the female vocal A setting. Okay, female vocal A for Adam. And then you want your Arts Acoustic Reverb, which is set up like this if you want to take a little screenshot. This is the same EQ I have on all my bus channels. So basically everything stays in one room kind of thing. Because a reverb is essentially creating a new room, you know. So that's what we want to do there. And yeah, and then so you want your Maggie Q4, your Arts Acoustic Reverb, and just your limiter, just to kind of keep a lid on things. You can see that it's not actually turned up, it's just there. Imagine you're carrying around a box of nails or something, a big tub of nails, and the nails, you know, they might not fall out, but if they do fall out, it's good to have a lid on it, right? So that's the kind of analogy I use to my clients. And that's it. It's so simple, but it took me years and years and years to get this, and it's all down to your ear development. Same with the pads. Let's listen to the pads. So some of these that you see that have got extra things on, these are channel strips, so they're from older tracks where I used to do a lot more, and that's why. But if you sound good, I don't fuck about with it. So we just got this first pad. And it's the same thing. I try and keep it simple. If you look at this one, nothing. I've not even put a compressor on there, to be honest with you. I'm not going to change it now because I don't need to. It sounds great. So it goes to show you don't need compression on your channels. I didn't do it for years, but now I've learned it. I enjoy doing it. It just makes me think I'm doing a better job. And I do think that my productions have got a lot better in the last couple of years. The last 2 years especially, I feel like I've unlocked a new kind of level of cleanliness and football, you know, of fullness, cleanliness and details. So if you can go and compare it to my older stuff, you'll notice a massive difference. So again, you've got your EQ. You don't even need your EQ because you've got all the EQs on here. So you don't. I'm going to take that off. We don't even need it. And then you've got your Mag EQ4, female vocal A setting, and then the Arts acoustic reverb again. Again, I'm just going to put the room design back up to how it was. I'm going to leave it because it sounds great. Quality normal. Cut 18K, low cut 150. And that's it. So yeah, each sound again adds something. If I mute the sounds, they disappear. So that's just a very basic video on layering. Drop a comment if you want to see more tutorials. I'd like more people to comment and interact, because if not, there's no point in me doing these videos really. So drop a comment. Tell me what you think of the video. Tell me what you, you know, tell me what you want to see. Also, let's have a quick look at this. As you all know, I do one-to-one lessons. So if you're interested in taking your productions to the next level, give me a shout and I can send you this information guide. Got everything you need to know about my lessons. We've got so many amazing clients that are releasing tracks on major labels. Tobias, if you know Tobias, in Oblivion, he's just had he's had loads of big tracks, but his newest one is on Carnage, A Secret Integrity. Amazing record. And you know, Tobias started with me about 3 or 4 years ago. He's been releasing on all the major labels now for about 2 years, but he still stays as a client just because he values the second ear and the reassurance and stuff. So yeah, don't mean to drone on, but if you wanted to improve your productions, let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please keep supporting the channel. Please do subscribe, comment, like, share. And if you guys keep doing that, I'll keep doing more videos. I don't do many videos because I don't really get much interaction, so I've got no motivation to do it. But I'm trying to get back into the scene as a DJ. I'm trying to really push myself, and I need you guys to help me out and support me. So please like the video, drop a comment, let me know what you want to see. And again, if you want any information about lessons, I'm going to leave my email address in the description. So thank you for your time. I'll see you very soon.